December 2025 astrologically is definitely going to bring us a lightening of energies out of the very intense and spooky Scorpio season we were mostly in November into the beautiful, bright, optimistic, hopeful, and lucky Sagittarius season for most of December. We're also going to have something very special and unprecedented that we've never had before. 3i Atlas in closest proximity to Earth on the winter solstice, pretty much. Hello, everyone, and thank you all so much for joining me. My name is Meg Moonbeam. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be sharing our December 2025 astrology for the collective and all 12 sun, moon, and rising signs. Really appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, consider leaving a comment below to help with the channel's growth. And also, I've got some exciting things going on. Currently, very soon, going to be hosting my annual 2026 astrology webinar for all 12 sun, moon, and rising signs. I do something that I don't know any other astrologer does, where 4 days in a row, I host a live webinar getting into my astrological predictions and forecasting for the collective and all 12 signs. There are still tickets available. Thank you so much to everyone that has already signed up, and have a discount code 2026 that you can use to get 10% off until November 30th. There's unlimited replay access if you can't join in for any of the live days of December 4th, 5th, 7th, or 8th. No worries, you can catch the replay. And I am booking readings now into almost March of 2026. So if you'd like to have a personal reading with me for next year, you can go check that out on my website, megmoonbeam.com. You can also sign up for my 2026 webinar on my website. And I am offering gift certificates at this time and beyond. So if you'd like to gift a loved one an astrology reading with me, it's very easy. Purchase a gift certificate you send to your loved one, and they can book their own time and day that works for them based off my schedule. And also, last little promo thing, I promise you guys, over on the Scorpling shop, my best friend, Sunny from Pluto and I's Crystal and Astrology Boutique, we're doing a Black Friday sale. So you're going to want to check that out. End of November, beginning of December. Link is in the description below on all of our specialized, one-of-a-kind crystals and astrology offerings as well. So, okay, let's get into the astrology of December 2025. I am personally feeling really good about this month. Yes, there are some challenges going on. I mean, every single month astrologically is going to have some sort of challenges. We never have a month where there's no adverse aspects at all. But overall, I'm really liking the energy of this month. Things are definitely lighting up after our very intense Scorpio season and Mercury retrograde in Scorpio and Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, being out of bounds in Aquarius. We're in Sagittarius season. Woohoo! So we're in Sagittarius season until December 21st, and then Sun moves into Capricorn. And when the Sun moves into Capricorn, this is the winter solstice point. So we also have solstice this month. Happy holidays, happy solstice, Merry Christmas, whatever holidays you guys like to celebrate. Sending lots of love, joy, peace, prosperity your way. So yeah, it's interesting that when we're in Sagittarius season, there's lots of celebrations, and there can be overindulgence, and there can be fun and play. And it's definitely a lighting of the energy. There is something very special about the Sagittarius season. It can be very fun and exciting. Sagittarius season is a great time for us to step into heightened optimism, hope, not take things too seriously, allow for some fun and freedom, maybe study some new subjects, do higher learning, taking courses. Sagittarius is always about expanding our consciousness, and Sun in Sagittarius season for most of the month is an amazing time to do a workshop, take my webinar, shameless plug, start a course, do some reading, start a new book, anything that expands our knowledge or expands our consciousness. Doing meditation, spiritual practices is very powerful during Sagittarius season, and Saggy Waggies are the most lucky sign It's the sign that rules luck. So this can be a very lucky time of the year. And I'm feeling really excited about it. Sun ingresses into Capricorn, as I said, on December 21st, and it's a little bit more of a serious energy. Okay, Capricorn is an earth sign, Sagittarius is a fire sign, and Capricorn is about responsibility, work, long-term goals, traditions. We also have many of these holidays during Capricorn season. So Capricorn season is a really good time to set goals, do some hard work, do some reality checks consciously, focus on the practical side of life as well. And December, as most of you guys know, is also the last month of our Gregorian calendar year before we step into the new year of the Gregorian year in January. Also interesting to note that December 2025 is going to be our last full month. I'm so excited about this, of Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn, all in their water and earth signs that they've been in for a long ass time. Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011. Saturn has been in Pisces since March 2023. And Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. And this has not been easy transits. Okay. We are stepping into 2026. The outer planets moving into fire and air. The energy is going to completely change. We are moving forward. This is new beginnings. It's more energizing. It's more fun and playful. So this is the last month where Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces together, the full month, and Uranus is in Taurus. So one last month. Okay, this is good news. We're also starting the month with Granddaddy Saturn and Mercury are both direct. Woohoo! Saturn goes direct November 27th. Mercury goes direct on November 29th. And we're actually going to have Uranus go direct. Sorry, not Uranus, Neptune go direct in December on December 10th. So by the end of December, we will have a lot less planets retrograde. We've been in a crazy retrograde city for this autumn of 2025. I do think another big theme is this December is going to bring a lot of reality checks, okay, around belief systems, Sun in Sagittarius, new moon in Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius. We're going to have a stellium of planets in Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules our beliefs, okay? And this December, we're going to be having squares between the Sagittarius placements and Saturn and Neptune conjunction in Pisces. So a mutable square. I think there's going to be a lot of big events happening in the collective that break down people's religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, institutional beliefs, beliefs about countries, travel, subjects that we're learning as well, the medical system. Pisces can have to do with the medical system. So it's not going to be a boring month, but the energy, I think, is definitely getting a lot lighter, which I'm very happy to share with you all. So let me bring up some slides and let's take a look at some of our key astro dates for this month. We're starting off the month with full moon in Gemini on December 4th. And let's actually bring up the chart for this full moon in Gemini. I'm going to do a whole separate video actually that should come out on Sunday. Is that November 30th? Yeah, should come out on Sunday, November 30th. In depth on the full moon in Gemini for the collective and all 12 signs. So guys, stay tuned for that. But what I will say about this full moon in Gemini for now is it's interesting that it's going to be exactly in square to the nodes, the north node and the south node. This could definitely bring some emotional conflict and an overall sense of challenge with potential for an information overload. Okay, Gemini is the sign that rules information. This moon is going to be exactly in square to the nose, which represents our destiny, fate, purpose in the north node and what we're letting go of in the south node. Gemini rules communication, common sense, news, social media, relationships with friends, siblings, local neighbors, local people, local communities, as well as day-to-day activities, travel, and gadgets. So all these Gemini ruled areas are going to be very highlighted. It may feel like there's a lot going on with this full moon, but this full moon in Gemini also brings a powerful healing energy as Mars will be in an exact trine to Chiron, the wounded healer. So very powerful full moon to do healing work, release work, setting intentions through speaking, through writing, journaling. I'll talk about this more in my full moon in Gemini video. And, as more people wake up and deprogram from the matrix, it's natural that deep, sometimes unsettling emotions will surface and need processing. This can be a time for transformative healing conversations with friends, siblings, and local community members. So there's definitely going to be a lot of gossip, Gemini, a lot of news, a lot of information overload. A lot going on. I always say with Gemini and Mercury energy, it's busy, busy, busy. It's a lot going on. So we definitely want to pace ourselves with the influence of that full moon. We're going to have multiple positive Mercury aspects between December 6th to December 13th. Mercury is the dispositor of that full moon in Gemini, by the way, and will be in the sign of Scorpio. So it does bring a little bit of an intense flavor to it. It's nice that we have a lot of positive Mercury aspects. We're going to be having Mercury trine Jupiter, Mercury trine Saturn. Mercury will be in an opposition to Uranus on December 10th, but also Mercury trine Neptune and Mercury sextile Pluto. So Mercury in positive aspects to all the outer planets other than Uranus. That's really nice. And as I was preparing for today's video, I was feeling really strongly intuitively, one of the themes of this month of December is going to be good news, positive news, lucky news. Be open, I'm feeling universe share very strongly, to positive change, positive development, good news. Good news is coming for the collective, for us in our personal lives. So be open to this. Okay, I think this is going to be a really big theme. And we could have, Gemini and Mercury rules things being doubled and more than one thing. There could be multiple good news that's not really good vocabulary, but multiple things that are good news. December 8th, Mars square Saturn aspect. This is definitely one of the more intense ones of the month. And by the way, you guys, on these slides, I've only put the transits that really stand out that I think are really important to bring up. If you follow my work, I go live almost every single day, every other day rather, sharing daily astrology horoscopes. So I'll break down all the transits day to day on my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. But December 8th, it's intense. Okay, Mars square Saturn. This can be power struggles with authority figures, older people than us, governments, institutions. We can be feeling a little bit on edge, particularly if you're ruled by Mars, Aries, or Scorpio, or you're ruled by Saturn, Capricorn, or Aquarius. December 10th, Neptune goes direct in Pisces. This is very good news. Yay, no more Neptune retrograde in Pisces, which has been so fucking weird. Okay, seriously. Like, I know I talk about it all the time on my channel, but I am so ready for Neptune to go into Aries. This Neptune and Pisces transit, even though it's brought beautiful spiritual awakening and creativity and spiritual gifts, it's making a lot of people really delusional, and I'm finding it quite scary. And I'm really excited for Neptune to ingress into Aries full on January 30th. So yeah, Neptune direct in Pisces. This last little bit of Neptune in his home sign in our lifetimes. Neptune has a zodiac revolution of over 180 years. So this is our last time of Neptune and Pisces for our lifetimes from now until January 30th. And it's challenging for those of you who don't know, because Pisces is illusions, lies, deception, brainwashing, mind control. Did I say confusion in its shadow side? So it's just weird. And I'm seeing people act really weird with it. Can bring a lot of ungrounding. So it's our last little bit. It's better when it's direct than when it's retrograde. That's for sure. December 11th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. Some of you guys may hear my cat Ocean just came into the room. Some of you guys may hear my cat Ocean, who is now sitting on my lap. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, happy holidays. Happy holidays, Choo Choo. Aww. He is just the cutest little boy. Sorry for the interruption, but just look how cute he is. He's unbelievable. Are you happy it's Sagittarius season? Yay. And Saturn and Mercury are direct? Yeah. And Mercury rules pets. Okay. Moving along. Ocean's going to be with us. You may hear some meows. He's a Siamese tabby, so he's very, very vocal. So yeah, as I was saying, December 11th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. December 14th, Mars enters Capricorn, which is great because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Ooh la la. This is a very good placement for Mars. Very good for our Aries and Scorpio, sun and risings, and can really help with our energy levels, getting shit done, productivity. It's great when we have Mars in a exalted position of Capricorn. December 16th, another one of the wonky transits in the month, Sun square Saturn. So we've got two major squares to Saturn, Mars square Saturn, December 8th, Sun square Saturn, December 16th. This can be a time where we can just be feeling a little bit meh. We can be feeling a little bit more tired, down also. I hate to say it. I mean, it helps that the sun is in Sagittarius and there's a stellium of planets in Sagittarius. So maybe it won't be that bad, but Sun square Saturns, it can be a little bit of a like old, I was going to say old grandpa energy. That's not the right thing to say. It's, it can just be tiring. It can just be low. It can be heavy. It can be reality checks, but maybe we won't feel it as bad because we're going to have a stellium of planets in Sag. We'll see. December 19th, new moon in Sagittarius with a stellium of planets in Sagittarius. Ooh la la. And on that same day of the new moon, how crazy is this? 3I Atlas, interstellar object going through our solar system right now, will be closest to Earth. I'm going to do a whole separate video talking about this. This is absolutely freaking wild. This new moon is going to be conjunct galactic center with 3I Atlas closest to Earth. So this new moon is going to be a huge galactic activation. Expect ascension symptoms, major downloads, insights. There could be huge life changes, very spiritual energy on that December 19th. And it's within the portal of the solstice. December 21st is the solstice. So I personally feel like there's no coincidence with all the dates that 3I Atlas is passing through certain planets and planet orbits. It's a little too synchronistic for me. There's definitely something very magical and special going on with this 3I Atlas. December 20th, Sun square Neptune. On the same day, Mercury square the North Node and Venus square Saturn. So around the solstice, it's like we got these squares going on. Also, Jupiter square Chiron. And the sun enters Capricorn. It's very positive activation, which I think is going to be triggering to a lot of us. And we can have profound, I'm feeling this word so strong, profound change in beliefs, okay? In things that we thought were real that might not be real. Just profound changes in our lives, which with these squares can be uncomfortable. It's kind of like a creative tension of there's probably going to be some aspects of life that we need to change, readjust, let go of because of the activation and light energies coming onto the planet. December 24th, Venus enters Capricorn. And December 29th, Mars sextile the North Node, which I like because Mars is exalted in Capricorn and very good placement in sextile to the North Node and in trine to the South Node, which is very positive. So interesting that as we get to the end of the Gregorian year, there's that very positive aspect there. And yeah, let me talk a little bit about this new moon in Sagittarius, and then I'm going to pull some cards for the collective, and then we'll get into each of the readings for each of the 12 signs. So on December 19th, we have a new moon at 28 degrees of Sagittarius. It's interesting that both lunations in this Saggy season feature planets exactly square Chiron. Sorry, exactly in an aspect to Chiron. The full moon in Gemini has Mars trine Chiron. The new moon in Sag has Jupiter square Chiron. This new moon sees Jupiter squaring Chiron, the wounded healer asteroid. Old belief systems are breaking down to make way for new spiritual and philosophical frameworks, both personally and collectively. Are your beliefs in alignment with your higher self and dreams? This new moon is conjunct Venus, benefic planet in Sagittarius. So luck is on our side. Pleasure and enjoyment is on our side. However, with Granddaddy Saturn square to the moon, we must stay grounded in realism and also focus on our long-term plans. Okay, let's pull some cards for us as a collective, and then we'll get into readings for each of the 12 signs. Ocean is still with me. Ocean, are you going to help with the collective reading? He's so funny. Okay. Universe, all that supports us for our highest good. What's our divine guidance for this month of December? Very special month. It feels special. I feel a lot of magic. I feel a lot of fairies and elementals, and I feel a lot of joy coming in, which is really needed. And this also fire energy. I didn't even speak about that. The past few months, we've been really not having a lot of fire going on since the summer. I mean, we've had Mars in Sag since November, but it's a stellium of planets in Sag, which is a fire sign. So it's energizing, it's fun, it's playful, it's life force. So I love that we've got all this fire placements. Okay. Let's see what we get. The Fool. 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. I pulled him yesterday as well. The Hanged Man. Ooh. Oh, snaps. That makes sense. And the Devil reversed. Okay. I'm not sure if it's my November astrology video or one of my last lunation videos, but I also pulled the Devil, I think reversed. 3 major arcana. Okay, I'm just going to pull another bonus card because it's Saggy season and Sagittarius rules bonuses and expansion. Let's pull an extra bonus card. Wow, 3. This is going to be a big month. 5 of Swords reversed. Ooh. Ooh la la. Okay, our first card is the Fool. Wow. I'm totally feeling this. We are stepping into new energies, new beginning. We're also getting ready for the new beginning of 2026. I'm going to do a whole separate video on 2026, also doing a webinar on it first week of December. Like, it's just unprecedented astrology that we have right now, where December, it's a little bit of a push and pull because it's this last full Gregorian month with Neptune and Saturn and Pisces, Uranus and Taurus. So it's not, even though we got all this Sagittarius and we've got the solstice and, you know, it's almost the new year, fake Gregorian new year, by the way. We're getting ready for the new beginning of what 2026 is. I'm hearing Spirit say, this, you are supported, dear one, in letting go this month. We're going to feel more confident in letting things go that no longer serve. We're going to feel more clear. We're getting clearer now on the path ahead. Ooh, I'm getting chills all over my whole body. This is the first month where, even though Neptune and Saturn are still in Pisces and Uranus and Taurus, it's interesting because it's like we're starting to get these truths or these glimpses of what the truth of reality really is, what the heck's really been going on here, and what are the beginnings for our highest good moving forward. So we're already stepping into this. The Fool, spread your wings and fly. Anticipation, wonder, curiosity, awe, new journey, care is needed, potential. This is a very Sagittarius energy. I know it's related to Uranus, but the Fool, he's on a journey. Sagittarius rules journeys. Be open to also, I'm going to say it again, the good news, the positive blessings. This is a really good first card. Wow. Unknowns. 8 of Pentacles. So I've been pulling this one recently more than once. Find work-life balance to protect your creativity. Life can't be all just work, materialism and no play. We have to have that balance, right? And it's so cool that in December, we do have Capricorn season starting on the 21st, which is all about hard work and responsibility and dedication. And it can be kind of heavy. But then on the reverse of that, Sagittarius is very different. Sagittarius is about being really meaningful with everything and being really meaningful with your time, right? So sometimes with Capricorn energy, like Capricorns can sometimes be workaholics just for the sake of being a workaholic. Whereas Sagittarius, it's the higher perspective of, okay, do I actually align with that field of work? Do I actually align with my coworkers, with my boss, with what this whole setup, with what this whole gig is? What do I actually want to be doing? How much time am I actually spending enjoying my life, right? So bringing in the higher perspective and beliefs into your work-life balance. Very good to do. And with this Hanged Man, another major arcana, look at the world from a different perspective, he says. There will be changes in your beliefs and your perceptions, and maybe even earth-shattering truths being revealed. Not maybe, definitely, because actually for most of the month, we're still in the energy of the recent new moon in Scorpio influence that we had, which was really kick-ass and intense. So a lot of secrets continuing to be revealed. I like that we've got the Sagittarius energy to handle it, makes things lighter. But a lot of us are going to see some people, institutions, things, places in a different light based off of information getting revealed. And it's important for us with that Hangman as well to be open, maybe try seeing things from a different perspective. Just saying. Devil reversed with the 5 of Swords reversed. This is pretty good, if you ask me. Healing breakthroughs, release from bondage, strength tested. This is amazing. So we're coming past a hurdle. We're moving past a block, a barrier, maybe something that it's been an inner battle, like 5 of Swords of a negative habit, right? The devil can have a lot to do with habits, self-sabotage, addictions, obsession. This is a great month to be working on those aspects if there are any issues along those lines. And yeah, I'm hearing the word breakthrough. This is an amazing month to do work on yourself, be open to positivity, being mindful. Okay, if you're a Sagittarius or you know anybody who's a Sagittarius, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. Sagittarians, they're very awake for the most part. They're very conscious. They're very perceptive. They're very aware of their beliefs. There's a shadow side to that. But they're very aware of the words they use, of manifestation, spiritual practices. Like they're very aware for the most part, Sagittarius, what they're putting out has a relationship to what you get back, right? So it's a very wise sign. It's a very illuminating sign. It's a very lucky sign. And I like the cards that we've got for the collective. This is exciting. Okay, now we're going to get into our readings for each of the 12 signs for December. I recommend that you actually listen to your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, I recommend that you listen to your rising first and foremost, because based on the rising chart, that's actually where the planets are transiting over your personal astrology chart. Then listen to your sun, because sun sign is our most important placement, having to do with us in astrology. And also listen to your moon. Your moon is going to be more of forecasting for your private life, your family, your emotions, your psychology, your inner well-being, which can be very accurate as well. And yeah, I am a Western astrologer. And when I do my readings, I am using whole sign charts. When I do my private readings, I do Placidus house system. So we're looking at this from the whole sign perspective. And we're going to start with our Aries. Okay. Aries, rising, sun, and moons. How are all y'all doing out there? Aries, in the month of December, we've got the sun transiting over your 9th house for most of the month while it's in Sagittarius. Then on December 21st, the sun moves into your 10th house of Capricorn. So a lot of Aries this month may be traveling. Okay, 9th house, you may be taking a course, learning something new, maybe even stepping into your teacher or your guide archetype. This is actually a very lucky time of the year for Sagittarius, great for publishing, higher learning, anything that has to do with legalities as well. Expansion of your consciousness. And then when the sun enters your 10th house of Capricorn, December 21st onwards for the rest of the month, great for work, setting long-term goals, professional success, and older people than you in your life can be highlighted. Your parents, grandparents, friends that are older as well. You may attract just more older people in your sphere. So great for work around the end of the month. We've got your planetary ruler Mars in the sign of Sagittarius until December 14th, then enters his exalted position of Capricorn. Ooh, so I feel like your ruler Mars is in places that he likes to be. He especially loves to be in Capricorn. So your planetary ruler is fairly happy and supportive for most of the month. Now, we are going to have a Mars square Saturn on December 8th exact. So the days around December 8th, you may feel a little bit, and I'm not wanting this to happen, but just saying astrological possibility. You may be feeling a little bit lower in energy. Some of you might even feel a little bit depressive. Now, you got a lot in Sagittarius, which may be offsetting these squares to Saturn. We'll see how it goes. But Saturn is heaviness. It's things moving slow. Aries, you don't like things moving slow. It's seriousness. It's reality checks. So around December 8th, there may be some reality checks coming forward for you and some heavy things going on, but no fear, it will not last a very long time. Full moon in Gemini is happening on December 4th in your 3rd astrological house. And this full moon also includes your ruler Mars in an exact trine to Chiron. So this full moon is very supportive for any sort of healing modalities, healing work. You can be having, excuse me, you guys, I just had to sneeze. Woo! Healing breakthroughs as well. So full moons are our times in the lunation cycle of letting go and cleansing and release and also illumination. So any practices that have to do with that, I think are amazing for Aries around this full moon in Gemini. And all those Gemini ruled areas can be very highlighted for you. Good time to spend in your local community with friends, siblings, or cousins. Great time to work with the full moon through writing or speaking. Some of you guys may be doing short distance travel. I see a lot of travel for a lot of Aries this month, and very good that, Mercury is now direct. So that helps with travel for sure. And expansion of your consciousness, especially when we have the new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 9th house. Wow, there can be really big breakthroughs in your beliefs, your outer visions. Again, another time where you might be traveling, or you might be wanting to move abroad, researching a foreign place, spending time in a foreign place. That moon in Sag, new moon in Sag, is a great time to start a new course or study or spiritual practice as well. Okay, Aries, let's pull a card for you guys for the month of December. We've got, Two of Swords. Interesting. Listen to your inner voice when making choices. This is a card that is very much about protection, boundaries, important decisions that need to be made from you. And maybe there's some important decisions that have to be made. It's interesting because we've got the lunations this month on the information axis of Gemini and Sagittarius, which has to do with our common sense, Gemini, and our higher mind, Sagittarius. So if you are having to make any important decisions, Aries, tap into both your common sense, Gemini, and also your higher expanded vision and perspective of Sagittarius, and listen to your own intuition first and foremost. Usually you Aries are really good at that, but just saying. Sending lots of love your way. Have an absolutely magical December, and I'll see you guys next time. Next, we've got our Taurus sun, moon, and risings. How is it going out there, Taurus? Well, for most of the month of December, we have the sun in Sagittarius transiting over our 8th house. And then when the sun moves into Capricorn, it'll be transiting over our 9th house. Taurus, I really like this month for you guys. Sun transiting over your 8th house in the sign of Sagittarius with Mercury in Sag, Venus in Sag, Mars in Sag, different points of the month. This is a beautiful energy, Taurus, of breakthroughs and moving past stagnation of your shadow side. Okay, the 8th house in astrology is the Scorpio ruled areas of life. It's the hidden and mysterious realms. It is our psychology. It is our addictions, if there are any, obsessions, our shadow side tendencies. It's also how we merge with others. It's also shared resources, our psychic abilities, and one of the empowerment houses. So I see Taurus is feeling good, getting empowered. There may be some intense things going on. There may be some big secrets being revealed, but I think that they're actually blessings that are empowering you this month. And remember, Taurus, I know I mention it a lot for you guys, but Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, currently on our midheaven. Okay, so we're being up-leveled big time as Taurus placements, especially professionally with this Pluto and Aquarius transit, where maybe part of these, Sagittarius stellium of planets, including the sun in our 8th house, is letting go of self-limiting beliefs, right? Professionally, this is a time to reach in the stars and really believe in yourself with this Pluto and Aquarius transit. When the sun moves into Capricorn on December 21st, the sun will be transiting over our 9th house for that latter part of the month. And a lot of us Tauruses may be traveling, starting a course, focusing on higher learning, expanding our consciousness. There's good time for travel for Tauruses. I am going to be traveling, so I'm very happy as a Taurus rising to have this in our transits. We've got our planetary ruler Venus in Sagittarius until December 24th, and then Venus is going to enter Capricorn on December 24th. And Venus, she doesn't mind being in Sagittarius. She also doesn't mind being in Capricorn. So these are pretty good placements for us. We are going to be having a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in our 2nd house, which is our house, the Taurus ruled areas of life. So this is a beautiful full moon to be paying attention to our values, self-worth, finances, budgeting. I think this is an amazing new full moon time and portal for Tauruses to be budgeting, looking at your finances, income streams. Some Tauruses may be finishing an income stream. It can be illuminated ones that are actually in alignment for you, for your highest good. New moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 8th house of Scorpio has your ruler Venus in trine to Chiron and also Venus in square to Saturn. So there may be some reality checks coming up around that time with that Venus in square to Saturn at that new moon around friends, community, team, your long-term goals and wishes, anything that has to do with technology or social media, innovation. 11th house is the Aquarius house. But I actually really like this new moon for you with that Venus trine Chiron. Super empowering, great time to set intentions from your higher mind that may have to do with teaching, learning, courses, foreign travel, publishing, legality issues as well. And around the solstice on December 21st, we are going to have Venus in a little bit of gnarly aspects, our planetary ruler. So Venus will be square Granddaddy Saturn on December 20th. And will be square Neptune on December 23rd. So around the solstice, Taurus, and I know I don't need to tell you guys this, you already know this, but make time for self-care, okay? You may be a little bit more tired than usual, that you may be a little bit more grumpy or sensitive. We've got squares to Venus with Saturn and Neptune, but those squares are also bringing positive creative tension for self-growth and renewal. So pay attention to what is coming up for you around that time. Okay, let's pull a tarot card for our Tauruses for this month of December. What have we got here for Tauruses? Seven of Swords. Okay, this is a little bit of a tricky card. Okay, this guy, it's a little bit of, this can be a card that has to do with deception, dishonesty, betrayal, trickery. Rah, rah, rah. He says, guard against deceit and concealment. Okay, it's interesting, Tauruses, because you do have a stellium of planets in Sagittarius in your 8th house of Scorpio. Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, currently on our midheaven. So there's a very strong Scorpio influence in our lives. There may be something coming up this month around someone or something maybe deceiving us, okay? Maybe we're deceiving ourselves about something. So getting this card, this is definitely a omen, if you will, to pay attention to who you have around you and why. And is there anything funny that you maybe feel about anybody around you or yourself? Are you lying to yourself about something? Are you betraying yourself about something? Let's pull a bonus card. 4 of Cups. Have you settled for something, Taurus, because it's safe? Okay, I feel like many Tauruses have maybe settled when it comes to work or finances or a certain relationship. And that's going to be really brought to light this month. That actually, it's not only a betrayal when somebody betrays us, but we can betray ourselves if we're not in alignment with our values and our self-worth and actually our highest dreams and visions. Something to pay attention to, Tauruses. Okay. Sending lots of love your way and have an absolutely magical December. Next up, we've got our Geminis. How's it going, Gemini? Sun, moon, and risings. Well, very positive news. We are starting off the month. Your ruler Mercury is now direct. Woohoo! As of November 30th. So Mercury is direct in Scorpio until December 11th and then moves into lighter Sagittarius. So some of you Geminis and also Virgos, because those are 2 signs ruled by Mercury, maybe even feeling a little bit intense lately because Mercury's been in Scorpio retrograde for quite a bit of November. So things are going to lighten up once Mercury enters Sagittarius, your ruler, very positive. And we're going to have multiple positive aspects with Mercury between December 6th and 13th. So I think the whole collective and each of us personally can be receiving good news, but especially you, Gemini. So pay attention to that during that second week of December. We're going to have the sun transiting over your 7th house for most of the month while it's in Sag, and then moves into Capricorn in your 8th house. So for most of the month with the sun in Sagittarius, this is a great time for actually our love life, committed relationships, contracts, obligations, our aesthetic and style and beauty. All these areas are very much in alignment for us to be focusing in on, spending time on during the month. Some of you Geminis might meet a new serious lover or new work partner, or there could be a relationship that's likely going to be strengthened during this time. We've got full moon in your sign on December 4th in your 1st house with very beautiful Mercury trine Jupiter and Mercury trine Saturn. So we're going to have this grand water trine with your planetary ruler Mercury at the time of this full moon. Again, positive news, blessings, breakthroughs, positive developments. Full moons in our sign, our annual full moon in each of the signs every year, is a very powerful time for a reset. Not a great reset like Klaus Schwab, but for just a reset of checking in with where we're at, doing a really big cleanse. Checking in with where we're alignment, if they're in it, or if there are any areas where we're maybe not in alignment. And we can have some big life changes when we've got full moons in our sign once a year. So great time for letting go, paying attention to what's going on around you. And I love the positive aspects with your planetary ruler to Mercury. So I think it's going to be great. New moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 7th house. So beautiful new moon to maybe do some love magic, setting intentions about love life, partnerships, committed people in our lives, anything that has to do with legal matters or aesthetic, style, beauty, marriage. Very, very positive new moon. Okay, let's pull a tarot card for our Geminis out there for this month of December. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. Interesting, which is very much like kind of a Gemini energy, because your sign rules duality and things being doubled and different options. So this 2 of Pentacles, he's saying find balance in your life to build your success. It's about balance. It's about adaptability. So there's maybe going to be a decision that you have to make having to do with work or finances or a serious committed relationship. Geminis, I know sometimes you guys like to move fast and make decisions really fast. Ooh, I'm hearing Spirit say, when making important decisions this month, weigh all your options and don't rush into anything, because you're being very supported this month with a lot of positive aspects to Mercury. There's a lot of luck and benefic energy on your side. So if something doesn't make sense or there isn't a positive opportunity, wait for it to present itself, because it will this month. Sending lots of love your way, and have an absolutely magical month of December. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings. How's it going? This month of December, you're going to be having the sun transiting over your 6th house while it's in Sagittarius for most of the month. And then when the sun moves into Capricorn on the 21st, transiting over your 7th house. While the sun is in Sag in your 6th house, this is really highlighting your health, day-to-day routines, habits, pets, your office space and work, employees, coworkers, and how you are being of service to the world. So it's very in alignment to spend time on any of those areas in your life. And we've got a beautiful stellium of planets in Sag for a lot of the month, which is really, really cool and uplifting to your workspace and uplifting to your health. We've got the planet Jupiter retrograde in your sign this month from 24 to 21 degrees this month. So if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising with major placements between 24 to 21 degrees, or even the 5 degrees after 24, before 21, Jupiter retrograde is going to be conjunct your Cancer placements. And for all Cancers, regardless of its conjunct or not, this Jupiter retrograde is bringing gifts, blessings, abundance, opportunity, wisdom to our personal lives, home, family, private realm. So even though Jupiter's retrograde, it doesn't mean the blessings stop with Jupiter exalted in your sign of Cancer. It's more internal. It's more in our private life, which can be really positive. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th happening in your 12th house, which is a very powerful full moon for doing any sort of spiritual work, dream work, automatic writing with Gemini in your 12th house, creativity, highly creative as well. So that's a full moon where you may feel more inclined to kind of spend some alone time, be in a little bit of isolation. It's good for you to take it easy and make time for proper rest, and great for healing work. Then we have a new moon in Sagittarius in your 6th house on December 19th with the dispositor Mercury in Sagittarius. So this is in very positive aspects. Mercury is in nice aspects at the time of that new moon. So this is a great new moon to be setting intentions around your health, work, pets, and day-to-day habits. And maybe you want to bring some more spiritual or higher vibration practices into your day-to-day. You know, the sign of Sagittarius has a lot to do with consciousness, our belief systems, affirmations, meditation as well. So, okay, let's pull a card for our I was going to call you Saggies, for our Cancies for this month of December. Oh my, I feel like I pulled this for you guys recently as well. 9 of Cups. Holy guacamole, everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. This is one of the best cards, Cancer. Positive news, positive month. Be open to the opportunities and the blessings. Happiness, compassion, trust in the universe, very Sagittarius. Optimism, this is very Sagittarius. This Sagittarius season is going to be very beneficial to you. And it makes sense because the dispositor Jupiter is currently in your sign. So enjoy it, Cancies. I'm sending lots of positive love your way, and have an absolutely magical month of December. Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Well, the month of December 2025, we have some interesting things and very fun transits, I think, coming up for you. So I'm very excited to share that. We've got your ruler, the Sun, transiting over your 5th house, which is the house of the Leo ruled areas of life, your home house where you have Sagittarius in the Leo charts. So this is a very positive, fun, celebratory, creative month for you. I am loving the energy of this month of December for you guys. This is a great month to put out new projects, put yourself in the spotlight, connect to children or your inner child with the Sun and a stellium of planets transiting over your 5th house. The Sun is going to move into the sign of Capricorn on December 21st, moving into your 6th house. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in your 11th house. And this is a full moon where you can very much have highlighted your friends, community, teams, long-term goals, wishes, and dreams, your relationship to innovation, new things, social media, and technology. I think this can be a very enlightening full moon with a lot of really cool, creative new ideas. There may be the end of a friendship or a group association that you've had, but I see this as being very enlightening for you, this full moon. I really like the energy of it. And we've got the new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 5th house. Woohoo! So this is a time of fun and play, again, creativity. And I'm really happy to share this with you, Leos, because you Leos are going through Pluto in an opposition to your sign over the course of the next 19 years. And this is not an easy aspect. This is very transformational. And that planet transiting over your 7th house, opposite house to your 1st. So a lot of big relationship changes and identity changes and transformations for Leo. But I love that this is a month with a very light energy. Now, there's a little bit of a challenging set of two aspects around the solstice. So we're going to have Sun square Saturn on December 16th and Sun square Neptune on December 20th. Of course, the Sun is your ruler. So around the solstice, which I think is going to be a really beautiful time. We've also got 3I Atlas, interstellar object, in closest proximity to the Earth. You may feel a little bit more tired than usual. There may be some challenge or delays or just heaviness going on. Whatever is coming up, Leo, is not a punishment. It is up-leveling you at this time before we go into a very powerful next year in 2026 and the next natural new year. So yeah, I am liking the energy of this month, and there may be some new romantic suitors coming in, some nice sexy time, romance time, with that stellium of planets in Sagittarius in your 5th house of romance and love. Okay, let's pull a tarot card for all you Leo lions out there for this month. Interesting. Wow. Okay, Leos, we've got the 8 of Swords. It seems like you're blocked, but you can still take a step. That's what the card says. This is a time of letting go of unnecessary, I'm hearing, fears, phobias, doubts. This is actually a very positive energy for you guys this month. A lot of Leos have maybe been going through challenging relationship situations, challenging just life situations in general with Pluto in an opposition to your sign. But this is a month to enjoy yourself and not be in that bondage of heaviness. We've also got bonus card, the Tower. Wow. So there's going to be some big changes. I feel like big creative changes, consciousness changes. Maybe some of you guys will actually end a relationship this month. I'm feeling many Leos may actually end a relationship, and you're feeling empowered to, maybe there's a new one starting right away, which I'm not saying is the healthiest thing to do, but you're just feeling really empowered in your confidence and what's actually in alignment for you. And it feels like things that are not in alignment, there will be very quick Tower moments, making it very clear to you. So, okay, 2 intense cards, but I like that we've got very positive transits, which a lot of the times when we have these positive transits, it can bring things up to the surface that need to be released. So let me know what's going on, Leos. I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way and wishing you an absolutely magical month of December. Next, we have our Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. How are you guys doing, Virgos? Your ruler, Mercury, is now direct. Woohoo! As of November 30th, Mercury is direct in Scorpio and is going to enter Sagittarius on December 11th. So a lot of you guys with Mercury having been in Scorpio, it's probably felt really intense for you. Maybe there's been intense situations in your relationships, secrets being revealed, intense conversations, intensity at work as well. I love that Mercury is now direct, moving into Sag on the 11th, and we've got multiple positive aspects with your ruler Mercury between December 6th and 13th. Very, very nice, that second week of December. With the Sun in Sagittarius, the Sun is transiting over your 4th astrological house for most of the month while it's in Sag, then moves into your 5th house when Sun enters Capricorn. So with the Sun and a stellium of planets in your 4th house, this is a great month to be focusing on home, family, your emotions, self-care, your private and inner world, maybe even your ancestors. You know, you guys have Sagittarius in the 4th house. So some of you Virgos may be traveling somewhere to be with ancestors, to be with family members in another country, or you may be uncovering really enlightening information about your family or your ancestry. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in your 10th house. Full moon that's really lighting up your professional life, your public reputation, and long-term goals. Maybe around this full moon, you have come to a completion point around a long-term goal, and it's illuminating new ones that are in alignment for you to set in the future, or illuminating work situations that are actually in alignment for your highest good. New moon in Sag on December 19th is in your 4th house around the solstice. So beautiful holiday season. If you celebrate any of the holidays around this time of year, Christmas or anything else, beautiful, optimistic, hopeful, positive energy coming into your family and your home life. And I'm hearing the word renewal for you as well. There's renewal in your home situation. Let's pull a card for our Virgos for the month of December. We have got King of Cups. Beautiful. Support yourself before you can support others. Well, this makes a lot of sense with the stellium of planets in Sagittarius transiting over your fourth house of self-care, your inner world, your emotions, right? This King of Cups, he is the master of, yes, generosity and giving and compassion, but he also knows really how to take care of himself first, which is going to be very important for you, Virgos. You may feel more sensitive, emotional with the sun and stellium of planets transiting over your fourth. But it's also a great time to, yes, put up healthy boundaries, but as I said, take care of yourself first. Be open to blessings in your inner world and home and family life. Sending lots of love your way and wishing you an absolutely magical month of December. All right, next we've got our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Sorry, Libra. Libras, we have got the Sun and stellium of Sagittarius planets transiting over your third house for most of the month. When Sun moves into Capricorn, it'll go into your fourth house. So with a lot of highlight on the third house, this is a month where it can be busy. It can feel like there's a lot going on in your local environment and community. Your friends are highlighted, siblings, cousins, how you communicate, day-to-day gadgets and happening and information. So this is probably going to be a busy month for you. A lot of you Libras will be doing short distance travel, maybe for the holidays, maybe for self-pleasure or higher learning. We've got your planetary ruler Venus in Sagittarius until December 24th, then entering Capricorn. So she's in signs that she likes to be in, which is good news for you. Full moon in Gemini in your ninth house on December 4th. So yeah, I'm seeing for a lot of Libras, this is a month of travel, consciousness expansion, higher learning. Maybe you have mastered a subject and you're stepping into your guide or your teacher archetype, publishing, legal matters, going positively and being supported. For sure, that full moon in Gemini on December 9th on December 4th in your ninth is a very enlightening full moon. New moon in Sagittarius in your third house on December 19th is a great new moon to be setting intentions around your day-to-day life, how you communicate, how you use different communication avenues and sources, and your local community, friends, siblings. We're going to have your planetary ruler Venus in a square to Saturn on December 20th, and then in a square to Neptune on December 23rd. So around that time of solstice, a little bit of wonky aspects with your planetary ruler. You may feel a little bit more tired than usual, grumpy, on edge. Maybe you won't. Maybe the planets, stellium of planets in Sagittarius is going to offset that square to Saturn and Neptune. It'll be interesting to see how that feels for us, but just make time for extra self-care. Take it easy. Don't force anything. And there may be some reality checks coming up having to do with health or your day-to-day work or even pets around that time. So just saying, that's where we've got Saturn and Neptune in the sixth house. So make sure those areas are taken care of this month. Okay, and let's pull a card for our lovely Libras for this month of December. What's your tarot card? Oh my gosh, I keep pulling this frickin' card. This already came up in our collective reading, and I pulled it yesterday. Find work-life balance to protect your creativity. Eight of Pentacles. So this is very much about where you put your energy, how much you're working based off versus how much you're actually spending time in your own pleasures and self-care. And interesting, because this is also a card that deals with apprenticeship, learning, education, and you do have the lunations in your learning axis this month. So this is a great month to maybe take a new course, learn a new subject, master a subject you already are into. Great month for learning that can benefit your work or how you're being of service out to the world. Sending lots of love to you, Libras, and wishing you a absolutely magical month of December. Okay, my fellow Scorpios, how are we doing out there? Let me know. Be honest. We've still got Pluto on our IC at the bottom of our chart. Very intense astrology Scorpios have been going through. Thank goodness we are out of Scorpio season. Okay, happy birthday, belated birthday to all of you. But thank goodness we're in Saggy season because that was freaking intense. I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy that we're in Sagittarius season. Feels a lot lighter, and I think there's going to be a lot of positive developments for the collective and each of us. Personally, so Scorpio, when we have the sun in Sagittarius, the sun is transiting over our second house of money, and values and self-worth and physical resources and pleasure, which the second house is the Taurus ruled Aries of life. Taurus is our opposite sign, and we love pleasure. We love money. We love resources. So the sun transiting over this house, it's a great time of year to be focusing on money, budgeting, abundance work, putting new projects out, having to do with work, really taking a look at our values, self-worth, doing pleasurable things, going to the spa, eating good food, things that feel good. We want to watch out for, because it is the house of food, how much we're eating. There can sometimes be an overindulgence in food, but also a good time to look at like your nutrition, what foods serve you, don't serve you as well. We've got our traditional ruler Mars in Sagittarius until December 14th, where he likes to be, then enters his exalted position of Capricorn on December 14th moving forward. So once Mars is in Capricorn, it's good when it's in Sagittarius as well, but exalted position, we are feeling productive. We are feeling like we're getting shit done. We're feeling sexy. We're feeling energized. This is very, very positive for us. And then our other planetary ruler, Pluto, is in no major aspects this month other than a very positive sextile to Mercury on December 13th, bringing enlightening and in-depth conversations and positive news. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in our 8th house of Scorpio. This full moon is really cool because we've got Mars, our traditional ruler, in trine to Chiron at the time of this full moon in our 8th house. So this is actually really powerful full moon for any kind of healing modality, practice, psychotherapy, tantra, any really in-depth just healing practices. Great time to merge resources with others, developments in hidden money, and secrets that may come to light that are empowering to help us move forward. So going to be an intense full moon in our 8th house, but I actually really like the energy of it. It's nothing that we can't handle. Then we've got a new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in our 2nd house. Amazing new moon to do abundance intentions, starting new work projects, setting intentions around our value and self-worth and pleasure as well. Maybe there's new sources of income that come around that new moon in Sag that have to do with foreign people, places, things, foreign travel, working while traveling, making money through courses or workshops or being a teacher or a guide, publishing books, all those saggy-waggy type things. So Scorpios, let me know how it's going out there. I like what's going on with our rulers. Thank God we've got no really adverse stuff going. We are going to have Mars square Saturn on December 8th. Okay, but we'll go over that. That's going to be the beginning of the month. Nothing we can't handle. This is very appropriate. Our card of the month, Scorpios, is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Let's see if he wants to close in there. There we go. Find your inspiration to take action. Expansion of ideas. Makes a lot of sense. We've got a stellium of planets in Sagittarius. I feel like this is a very Sagittarius card. Expansion, the future, moving forward, openness, preparation, planning, bringing in more pleasure with the stellium of Sagittarius planets in our 2nd house. How can we plan to bring in more pleasure? Are we enjoying our lives? If we're not, how can we enjoy more in the present moment and plan to enjoy more moving forward? There may be travel opportunities coming up for Scorpios this month. I mean, It is Sagittarius season, and the dispositor Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, transiting over our ninth house of Jupiter and Sagittarius. So a really good time for travel, working through limiting beliefs, courses, learning. I actually like this month for us. I feel like we're getting a little bit of a pep in our step, and there's luck with the dispositor of the Sun in Sagittarius in our ninth house of Sag. Sending lots of love your way, Scorpios, and have an absolutely magical month of December. Okay, next we've got the stars of the show, our Saggy Waggies. How's it going, Sagittarius? Happy birthday to all our December Sagittarians. This month, we've got the Sun. Oh, I've got the Scorpio chart. Sorry about that. Oops. There we go. There's the Sagittarius chart. For most of this month, we have got the Sun and a stellium of planets transiting in your sign in your first house. So woo, woo, we are feeling energized. We are feeling hopeful, optimistic. This is a very positive energy for you. Sagittarius, you can start to feel like things are moving forward. Multiple planets now direct by the end of the month. Great month for, there can be really big life changes. Okay. There can be really big belief changes as well, and luck and opportunities coming forward. Your ruler Jupiter has been retrograde since November 11th and will be until March 10th. So it's more of a reflective energy. It's more blessings and opportunities and wisdom coming into your personal life, home, family, and emotional well-being during this time. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in your seventh house, with your ruler Jupiter in trine to Mercury, the dispositor of the full moon in Gemini. This is a full moon in Gemini that is very beneficial to your relationships, to contracts and obligations. Maybe there's relationships that are coming to a completion, or a contract or obligation that's coming to a completion, but there's renewed positivity in your committed relationships, which this full moon is shining a light on. New moon in Sagittarius in your first house on December 19th, with Jupiter, the dispositor, and your ruler in square to Chiron. And this new moon is around the winter solstice on December 21st, to be exact. Very powerful new moon for setting intentions that are in alignment with our heart and our higher mind, dreams, wishes, and goals. But there can also be some wounds coming to the surface with that Jupiter in square to Chiron. There can be, it's a beautiful new moon to be doing any sort of healing modalities. We've got your ruler Jupiter in the eighth house of Scorpio. If you're being really triggered by anything that you're working through, maybe it's a good time to talk to a therapist, a shaman, an astrologer, a tarot reader. There's helpful people around, Sagittarius, for sure. And you don't need to feel embarrassed about anything that you've maybe been struggling with. You've had a lot of shadow work coming up with Jupiter transiting over your eighth house for self-development. And I think this new moon in your sign is going to be a very powerful, positive breakthrough for sure. Okay, your tarot card for the month is, let's see, Seven of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling this energy for you guys. Like, there are options. You are not stuck. Step back from everything to gain perspective. There's choices. There's helpful people around. There's positive options around. You don't have to make any brash decisions, but maybe be in gratitude a little more, Sagittarius, if you're not already, and pay attention to all of the blessings that are already in your life, to then be able to see clear the options that are in front of you this month that are going to be shared. Sending lots of love your way, and have an absolutely magical month of December. Okay, a few more signs. We've got our Cappies, Capricorns. How's it going? Happy birthday to all our December Capricorns out there. Hope you have a magical birthday and solar return year. We've got the Sun in Sagittarius transiting over your 12th house for most of the month. And then, of course, when the Sun enters your sign, we'll be transiting over your first house. With the sun transiting over your 12th house, Sagittarius season is a time of year that's actually really good for you to take a step back, spend some time alone, maybe be in a little bit of alone time, isolation, do behind the scenes work, make a lot of time for rest, recuperation, creativity, and your spirituality as well. It's also a really good time to travel to faraway places, to visit sacred sites if you're into that kind of thing. We've got your planetary ruler, Saturn, is direct. Woohoo! As of November 27th. Amazing. I'm so happy. I've got my moon in Capricorn. I'm so happy Saturn is going direct. I always feel it really strong, these Saturn retrogrades, and it feels like such a relief whenever he actually goes direct. So very positive news for us. Things are going to move forward. We can feel more energized. Now, we are going to have some wonky transits with Saturn this month. Mars square Saturn on the 8th, Sun square Saturn on the 16th. Okay, it's nothing that we can't handle. Maybe a little bit heavier those days, or maybe some reality checks coming through those days. Again, it's nothing we can't handle. Just want to make you guys aware. December 8th, December 16th might be a little bit more on the challenging side. So make some time for self-love and care. We're having a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in our 6th astrological house. This full moon is lighting up our health, day-to-day work, pets, habits, and routine. Very good time to let go of those things in that house that may no longer be serving us, and illuminating what is in alignment in that house. New moon in Sagittarius on December 19th is happening in our 12th house. And this is a very magical new moon where I can see a lot of us Cappies may be traveling to a faraway, distant location. We may be thinking about traveling. We may be thinking a lot about spirituality. Beautiful new moon to set intentions around our creativity, things we've maybe been working on behind the scenes. When are we going to publish them out into the world? Setting intentions around spiritual practices as well. So I like this month for us Capricorns. I think it's good that we've got a stellium of planets transiting over our 12th house, because it does mean that it is time to take a little break. Okay, I know we're very hard workers, worker bees, but sometimes we need to take a break, take a step back, chill, rest, recuperate, review and reflect. And I think we're going to be feeling a lot better now that our ruler Saturn is direct. Let's pull a card for us for the month of December. What have we got? Yeah, and I'm getting the message that a lot of Capricorns, it would be really good for you to accept the opportunity of this holiday season where there's maybe more parties, celebration, time off. Like, take the time off. Take the time off. I'm feeling that very, very strong. Sometimes you just need like a week, a few days, whatever it is, to literally just have a vacation and take time off. And by doing that, you're going to be doing even more better and profound and meaningful work moving forward. Okay? I'm watching you guys. Oh, wow. Knight of Pentacles. I love this. I love whenever he pops up. Very romantic, very sensual, methodical. He says, take a methodical approach and you'll achieve your dreams. Yeah, there's a lot that we want to achieve. And part of the challenge of being a Capricorn ruled by Saturn is everything takes time when you're a Capricorn. Nothing comes easy and nothing comes fast, right? So where are you putting your energy, and does that actually support you in the long term? I feel like this Knight of Pentacles, it's like the gifts of wisdom of how better to work. Does that make sense? How to say how to work better, work-life balance. So pay attention to some of your ideas that might be coming forward about how to have better time management. Maybe it's time to get an assistant. Maybe it's time to give other tasks to someone else. Maybe it's time to ask for help or guidance with something professionally. I like this. We are being supported in achieving our dreams. Sending lots of love your way and wishing you guys an absolutely magical month of December. Next, we've got Aquarians. How's it going, Aquarius? For most of the month of December, we have the sun and a stellium of planets in Sagittarius transiting over your 11th house, your house. The 11th house is the Aquarius ruled areas of life. So you're feeling very much in your element. There can be a lot of profound ideas, downloads, insights, creativity that's coming forward, new friends, connections, community. This is an amazing month to be networking, to be spending time in like-minded community, going to events, going to festivals, working with teams, spending time with friends. Maybe you're going to start some sort of project with a friend. We've got your traditional ruler, Saturn, now direct, very positive. We're feeling good with that. And your modern day ruler, Uranus, is in no major aspects this month, still retrograde, but there is going to be a Uranus opposite Mercury in Scorpio on December 10th, which is going to be pretty wonky because that's the same day as Neptune goes direct. So just be mindful, December 10th might be a bit of a weird day. Take it easy. Don't force anything. There may be some shock surprises coming up. Well, definitely will be for the collective and might be for you too. Full moon in Gemini on December 4th is happening in your 5th house. And this is a very fun full moon. It's in your 5th house of fun, romance, play, inner child, being in the spotlight, creativity. Great full moon around December 4th to put out a new project, showcase your gifts and talents, spend time doing things you love, be in fun. Then we've got a new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 11th house, your home house. So this is an amazing new moon to be setting intentions having to do with your long-term goals, wishes, and dreams. The 11th house in astrology is our dreams, our wishes, long-term goals, along with the 10th house. So it's actually quite lucky for you to have Sagittarius in the 11th house and a new moon in your 11th house at the same time. And Sagittarius is expanding our mind, helping us move past limiting beliefs. And you guys are Aquariuses. Okay, you're our way showers into the age of Aquarius. So it's very important that all y'all are in alignment and you're being those way showers. So definitely work with the new moon to seed some intentions. And yeah, let's pull a tarot card for our Aquarians for this month. What have we got for you guys? It's interesting. I see the Wheel of Fortune for you guys, which indicates that there may be a really big, like I'm seeing that psychically right now, windfall, change, positivity, success, fated events. I'm just like getting the Wheel of Fortune. And we've also got the Eight of Cups. Walking away, making a decision and walking away from something that no longer serves. Interesting. Take actions with confidence. I love that we've got that full moon in Gemini in your 5th house. You are feeling confident. You guys are getting clarity with the stellium of planets in Sag in your 11th house. Trust your decisions and move forward because you know what's best for you. You don't need to tell anybody what's best for you. Okay? Sending lots of love your way and have an absolutely magical month of December. Next, we've got our Pisces, sun, moon, and risings. Pisces, how are we doing out there? Well, I like this month because we've got your ruler Neptune at home in your sign going direct on December 10th. Yay! Neptune no longer retrograde, so you're going to be feeling more balanced, more clear. You'll feel really clear once Neptune is out of Pisces, January 30th, moving forward. I can promise you guys that. But this month is interesting. So we've got a stellium of planets in Sagittarius, including the sun, transiting over your 10th house. So most of this month, while the sun is in Sag, is really an alignment for you to focus on work, your long-term goals, your public reputation, what you do out into the world. There can be some positive news, developments, and luck in those areas. December 21st, the sun ingresses into Capricorn and will be transiting over your 11th house. Your traditional ruler, Jupiter, has been retrograde from November 11th and will be until March 10th. and is currently transiting over your 5th house. And Jupiter retrograde, lucky ducky Jupiter, exalted in Cancer. It's not necessarily negative when it's retrograde. It's more about we're receiving internal gifts and wisdom, abundance, luck, opportunity. Having to do 5th house is your inner child, children, pregnancy, creativity, confidence. It's an amazing time, Pisces, to be doing healing work around your inner child, your creative gifts during that transit. We've got a full moon in Gemini on December 4th in your 4th house with your ruler, Jupiter, trine Mercury, the disposer of that full moon. So I think there can actually be some very positive news about home, family, a family member with that full moon, beautiful full moon time around December 4th to spend with family members, to be focusing on the home, maybe cleaning out the home, doing a bit of feng shui. Full moons are all about cleansing and letting go to make way for new energy. And we've got a new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th in your 10th house. Woo! Amazing new moon to be setting intentions for long-term goals, the future, long-term plans, your work, your success, your legacy. Love it, love it, love it. Let's pull a tarot card for all you Pisces for the month of December. What have we got going on? Oh my gosh, I also got this for the Capricorn. So cool. Knight of Pentacles. Take a methodical approach and you'll achieve your dreams. So cool that this is like an Earth related card, of course, the Pentacles, and stellium of planets, including the sun, transiting over your 10th house. So positive news and developments having to do with work. Set goals that are realistic, okay? How can you also find more work-life balance? And also this Knight of Pentacles is about patience, because sometimes some goals and dreams take time. Sending lots of love your way, Pisces, and wishing you an absolutely magical month of December. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me in this December 2025 astrology video for the collective and all 12 signs. I'm wishing you all very happy holidays, no matter what holidays you celebrate. And just a reminder, I love you all so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful this holiday season, this year, this day in this life that I get to be a professional astrologer, share the astrology, mysticism, and my creative gifts with you all. I'm grateful every single day, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you so much for supporting my channel, leaving positive comments if you ever do, liking my videos, subscribing to my channel. I love you all so, so much. And I'm very happy to offer my 2026 astrology webinar for all 12 signs happening December 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th. And if you can't join me live on those dates, 1 p.m. Eastern every day, we have a lot of fun. It's very interactive. There's unlimited replay access, so no worries at all. And I do have a 10% off discount code until November 30th, midnight, November 30th, precise 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Use discount code 2026 to get 10% off. It'll still be available for purchase after that date as well. Also, over on the Scorpling shop, Sunny from Pluto and I's Crystal and Astrology Boutique, we're having a Black Friday sale from November 28th to December 2nd. So I'll put that link below. Come check out our very cool crystal collections, crystal astrology collections, our cosmic alignment astro calendar, all kinds of fun stuff on there. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, I am now booking, I think, until March, starting in March 2026 at the moment. And I do have availability for gift certificates if you'd like to give the gift of astrology this holiday season. It's very easy. You purchase a gift certificate at my website, megmoonbeam.com. And when you gift it to a loved one, they can pick through their code on the certificate the date and time that they'd like to have a reading with me. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Happy Sagittarius season. Happy holidays. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.